Stay focused, Gauntlet Bearer. A chasm too wide to merely jump across, but for you, barely an obstacle at all.
Niall, what's going on? Niall! Whoa, whoa, no, no!
Gauntlet Bearer, you must wake.
Oh, come on. Come on. Thank Thelos that you're alive.
What? Get back!
Forgive me, I was simply trying to help you. Are you injured?
I'm fine.
That was quite a show. A blinding light, a rush of air, and there you were.
What are you doing out here?
I am just a humble traveler. My name is Arif, at your service.
You were trying to steal this gauntlet.
Nonsense. A relic of such renown would be far too dangerous to steal.
So you know of this gauntlet? Its power? How do you know?
Well, it's spoken of in those legends about the Knights of Bastengar.
You know about the Knights? It is they whom I seek.
Then you are at the right place, my friend. The path to Bastengar is right there.
Where?
Behind me. Through that gate. The gate that's buried in the sand.
I thank you for your information.
You're welcome, friend. Don't stay out in the sun too long. If you need to rest, there's a village nearby. And take this, as a token of my sincerity. It's rudimentary, but you can expand it. Let's meet at the village later. I'll see you around.
My senses tell me not to trust that man.
The path to Bastingar is behind that gate. But can we unearth it?
Have you forgotten that you nearly lost your life? That the gauntlet is unstable? And even if it were not, it is not yet complete. It lacks enough power to raise something that large.
Yet. So it can be fixed.
You still lack faith, Gauntlet Bearer. But yes, the gauntlet can be fixed. Its pieces were scattered across the lands when it broke long ago. If we retrieve those pieces, we can reforge the gauntlet bit by bit, gaining new powers as we do so, and preventing further eruptions.
Then let us find these shards, Niall.
I sense a powerful piece nearby. We can start with that one. There. The piece I sensed.
I see something around it.
It seems to be protected by magic. Watch out. Wraiths. Starting to remember the momentum. We can channel it into shattering blows. This one is different. It is more powerful. You will now be able to take the piece. The gauntlet should be stable now, but the piece you found is still dormant. It needs enough of its shards to be properly forged into the gauntlet.
Can you sense these shards too?
Yes. Let me show you. You see the beacons of light? Every one is a shard calling out to you, to the gauntlet.
Can we unearth the gate to the Knights once we have them?
Yes. Then with that, more powers. More memories.
I guess it's a bit much to take in. I will need your help.
And I will be here. I need you to be safe too. Use my senses if you lose sight of them, and they will guide the way. The gauntlet should be stable now. I am greatly relieved.
As am I, Niall.
A kite. Someone is calling for attention. Let us take a closer look. A kite. Someone is calling for attention. Let us take a closer look.
We meet again. I thought that captain had killed you. Good. Perhaps you can lend me a hand?
I can help, as long as it's not some shady business.
Shady? Never! I am looking for rare materials for essence stones. It would be good to know more about them. And to that end, I have been thinking. Sometimes, Thelos brings their fury on the land, right? The Watcher flares up and, well, I'd like to know what happens then. There could be some valuables there, just asking to be collected. I could give you some essence stone recipes from my collection, if you do this for me.
Knowledge for knowledge. Sounds like a fair deal. If I discover anything, I will return to you. Is there any way to know when and where the Watcher wakes up?
It is unpredictable, but seems to happen in open spaces like the desert more often.
This sounds dangerous. We should make preparations before doing as he asks. Find better protection.
I am just here to trade.
Did you know that many items of the past are still around? And they are precious. I know many people who are willing to pay for them, and they pay well. So if you bring these items to me, your purse won't regret it. But as with every market, prices keep changing. Have an eye on the categories of the items, if you want to make as much as possible.
The passageway Arif spoke of. It will lead us to Bastingar, to the Knights.
We are not powerful enough to open it yet. More shards are needed, and with them more memories.
Then let us find these shards, and recover your memories.
That metal part on its body, that is a wraith's core. A wraith with no core is a dead one. That large wraith, it can call lesser ones. Be alert. Our foe's end is nigh. Shatter it. An anvil. We can rest and grow stronger there. An anvil. We can rest and grow stronger there. An anvil. We can rest and grow stronger there. We can channel it into shattering blows. starting to remember the momentum. We can channel it into shattering blows.
Philos, where did you come from? How did you arrive from this side? There is literally no bridge.
It's a long story. I was told there was a village nearby.
Castrum 7 is right on the other side of that rope bridge. It's kind of the only bridge standing after that Watcher Fury.
Watcher Fury?
Yeah, for some reason, the whole ground started to shake, and down came all the bridges around these parts. Lots of people got stuck.
I'm looking for the Knights of Bastingar. Do you know anything about them?
Not sure I can help you with that. You'll have to ask around at the village. But wherever you go, be careful. When the sand moves, get ready to run.
Slow down. All is not dead. I feel relief.
You remember this place?
It is familiar to me.
Hello. Welcome to the land of boredom. What can I do for you?
What are you doing here?
Twiddling my thumbs, mostly. I have sticks to play with. Fun times. Oh, right. By the way, could you do me a favor? I am supposed to report back to the village at some point, and it would be nice if you check with the other lookouts, too. I'll mark the location for you. If Keen Eyes asks, you can tell her I'm not bored to death. Yet. Can't speak for the others, though.
power. This one is warded by a spell. I sense we are being watched. Foes would be nothing against our Essence Stones if you would be willing to use them. Power. A shard is close. We should look for it.
This looks like the remains of an old bridge.
Maybe we could bring it back up. But my power will not reach that far.
We should ask around. People may be able to help.
Let us find what you seek. This desert, it wasn't here before. I have recollections of this place filled with life. There were rivers and forests, birds and beasts, a paradise as far as the eye could see. What happened? Nobody in sight, but there's a journal. Maybe it will give us some clues. The journal comes with a treasure map. Maybe we can check the map to find our missing friend. This makes the treasure map whole. I am curious to read it. We should check the corpse. We finally know how to create something new.
He could be from the nearby lookout post. There's not much we can do for him.
This is unfortunate, but we can still try to find the treasure that was shown on the map.
We ought to inform his siblings about his fate. Hello? What are you doing out here?
I needed some time alone. We've been called back to the capital. But if we leave, it'll be the end of Castrum 7. And its people. The others look up to me. If they see my doubt, my despair, everyone will lose hope. So, I need to be alone. Just please tell them I'm fine. And that I'm thinking about our situation.
What are you doing here?
I needed some time alone. We've been called back to the capital. But if we leave, it'll be the end of Castrum 7. And its people. The others look up to me. If they see my doubt, my despair, everyone will lose hope. So, I need to be alone.
Goodbye.
May Philos, well, you know. Tell them I'll be there soon.
Do you feel that? We are close to a shard.
I know you probably hate us guards, but we only follow orders. Please, help me find my friend.
I already found him.
You found him? What happened?
Nothing to worry about. He'll just take a little longer.
When will he be back?
Soon.
Thank you, my friend. I'm in your debt. Now we can only pray for Thelos to shine his light upon us.
Good luck with that.
Good luck to you too.
Stay away from the barrels.
Thelos will help us. He even watches over us this very moment from the statue up there. You better behave.
some attacks I cannot block. They drain us of momentum. Watch out for blue sparks. Be careful. As you are, this gap is too large to simply jump across. Do you feel that? We are close to a shard. When their parts are shattered, wraiths become enraged, more dangerous but also vulnerable. Another step. We are getting closer to our goal. This totem seems familiar. I can feel its energy. collected enough ingredients to make something glorious.
It is said the Watcher can see through their eyes. They are everywhere. I've never been close to one. Too dangerous.
They are tethered to a strong wraith guarding the area. If we shatter it, it should take the watchtower down.
If I was here to research the fog. I tried to tell her it wasn't actually fog, but sand suspended unnaturally in the air when she had an almighty coughing fit and left. I believe this fog is behind the unusual density of wraiths in the area. It allows them to form wherever they wish. It's an area of extreme hazard. Very exciting. I've gathered many excellent samples already, although I must be careful not to attract that particularly enormous wraith wandering about. It's almost like he's guarding something. Curious, an unsolvable mystery, unless I find a way to talk to the monsters.
An anvil must be nearby. The gauntlet resonates with it. These watchtowers, they are relays for the Watcher to see. Taking them down is a path to healing this world. Or so I feel. finally have everything we need for this formula. Another anvil there, beneath that rock formation. This place will serve as a landmark. We can set out into the wastes from here.
The bridges shouldn't be repaired yet. Did you get stuck here too?
No. I was able to jump thanks to this artifact.
Huh. That seems useful. We've been stuck over here for a while now with no way back to the village. And the only person who could do something about it is... Ugh. Say, could you use your powers to help us get out of here?
I'm not sure. I'll try. You mentioned someone else could help.
Yes, Splinter. She's a carpenter of sorts, but, well, the crazy type. She went to gather materials around the gate west of here. Said she would rebuild the bridge or something.
is that? You! Come over here! That gauntlet? Where did you get it?
You know it.
I did not expect to see this thing ever again. I was there when the previous bearer had it. In fact, I tried to help her figure it out. We made mistakes. And I couldn't live with myself if you repeated these mistakes. Do you wish to hear my advice on how to master the powers of this artifact?
Yes. Please tell me. Much about it is shrouded in mystery.
Good. Let us start. Do you know about parrying already?
Tell me more about parrying.
The secret to parrying lies in studying your opponents closely. Some wraiths' eyes light up red right before they attack. Then, prepare to parry. When the essence in a wraith shines red, this means you can parry. But beware of the blue light. Every wraith has a certain pattern of attack. Memorize it. Then you can parry better. Now then, why don't you go out and practice your skills on the wraiths you meet? To the west of us, right outside this camp, you could find wraiths that are easy to parry. But you can hone your skills on any wraith, of course. I can instruct you about more later. Why don't you parry at least 3 wraiths now?
I'll be going now.
Good luck.
Found another structure buried in the ground. This is the third I've seen scattered around Caladrius. I spent several hours analyzing this particular example, to no avail. That's when I hit it with my hammer for research purposes. And it worked! All the stones in the area resonated at the exact same frequency! Fascinating.
The essence stones we are using could be stronger. We should strengthen them with essence. You are not powerful enough. Find more shards first. anvil. We can rest and grow stronger there.